Mute your thing, love.
Okay. Can't find my wire.
Mute your thing, love.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm on there already.
Okay. What is on the floor? All right.
What's up, YouTube? Come on in here. Come on in this place. God, children, what is going on, motherfucker? We are live on YouTube. We are live on YouTube. Somebody is here saying they want to be admitted. Let's see who it is. Let's admit them.
Yes.
Who's in the building? Who's in the building? Who is that over there?
MSLIPPS is in the building.
I see Lips, and then there's somebody else here. G8 thing. Is that you, Candice? Who the G8 thing? All right, that audio is connecting. If you are tuning in on YouTube, this is Deion the Godfather, and this is Conversations with the Godfather. Yes, mother effers and God childrens and everybody's around the world. This is an episode of Conversation with the Godfather live. Darling, we gonna get this thing popping. I am dropping a new song on May 15th. It's called YLS, You Little Slut.
Yes.
Okay, here's a little snippet for you. We're getting ready to go live on Instagram, guys. We are live on Facebook.
Okay. Thank you,
We're
Dr.
live on YouTube. You see us on the TV screen. I know. I'm not on yet. You know I gotta have a reveal.
You little slut.
Lips. They say you look good, Lips. You look good, baby.
Thank you, darling.
They say you look fabulous.
Thank you, darling.
Yes, come on through.
I had to take off my one glove to put on my other glove.
I'm the same way. You know, should I put my gloves on, doll? I think I'm gonna be fresh. I'm gonna be able to maneuver and move around. You know what I mean?
Yes, you know, you're supposed to have a personal assistant to do these things, right?
Oh, darling, I have my people, even in quarantine.
Oh, honey, mine is all in LA.
Live on Instagram.
Hey, hello, Instagram, darling. Make sure I got more titty meat in here.
Can you all hear me?
Oh, Jag is in the motherfucking building.
I've been here, but I just don't know how to work this thing. I don't know if you all can see me or hear me.
Can't see you yet, but there's a little button over here. I can let me see if I can do something here. Oh, Jag is in the building.
We in this motherfucker. We're not playing. We in this motherfucker.
We in this bitch. Jag meet Lips, Lips meet Jag.
Hey!
Hi.
On the video. I just sent you a link up there.
I don't see anybody.
My video, allow Zoom, allow it. Allow.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there she is.
Ah!
What's up, here? How you doing? Can y'all hear? So I see and hear you all. How y'all doing? You look so beautiful.
Jag.
Thank you. You're beautiful too. I love that pink.
Look, we had to get pink on.
Pussy,
So you
pussy.
have your cocktail. What's in your cocktail?
I have a little Moscato.
Girl, I got me a little, I call it fuckboy punch, but it's just iced coffee, darling. Oh,
A little rose.
that's the good kind.
Yeah,
That is the
I
good
started
kind.
really early.
You did?
Yes,
You
y'all
want to get all, you know, ready for it right now.
And it's in the building. On
I'm
my
a mother of four. I have the right to drink.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Hi, Suzanne.
Oh my gosh. I can't feel your pain, but I can kind of understand
You better light it up.
what you go through.
Jaguar, darling, is there any way that you can change your name to Jaguar_Evermore right there? Or Jaguar Evermore? If not, it's okay.
Change.
Well, that's okay. I mean, I guess that's a different person right there. Who is G? What is that? G who? G8 thing?
Ooh.
Bitch, what's that? Is that a new person?
Yes. Yes.
Jack,
Maybe she cocoon, darling.
join me on your live. Get on my live. I'm live right now on Instagram. Join me there so we can show the people.
Okay.
All right, guys. If you're joining us now, this is amazing. This is Conversation with the Godfather live here in these YouTube streets.
Yeah.
Also live on Instagram.
Yes, darling.
Hey, Solir is in the mother effing building. Yes, darling. Listen, kids, I am about to pour me up something to drink, but before I do that, I'm going to wait on one more person, and I'm going to let y'all hear a little sample. Later on in the show, we're going to be, listening to a little bit of, little SLUT.
Yes.
The new single coming out soon. You can join us on YouTube at Deion the Godfather. That's Deion the Godfather on YouTube. You can see this show just like a TIS.
You little slut.
Hey.
You little slut. You little slut. Hey.
All right, so we're about to get started here in just a second. Let Jag get on.
Y'all can see me.
Are you on here, baby? There you go.
Oh yeah, I'm on your Instagram. Y'all can see me. I didn't know y'all could see me. Okay. Everybody can see me. Yeah.
Jag, guess what?
Guess what? Okay, now I can sit right here.
There you are, darling.
There you go. I gotta get you plastered on the wall.
Yeah,
Oh my God, y'all just. I gotta get hands free on this. I had 2 of these. Here go another one.
You guys look gorgeous.
Let me get organized. Thank you. I got a little backdrop going on. Yeah. Pride.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, here we go. I'm gonna play it one more time for y'all. Come on in here, get the people in the room. Come on, people. Come on, God, children.
Oh shit. Hey.
Here we go, motherfucker.
Come on.
What? I gotta play this again. Hi, God, children.
Oh, that intro.
Yeah. He's here.
Yes.
He is here. He's here to slay. He's here to give you guys what you need. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, that intro and everything.
Yes. I want to be in the video, baby.
Oh, baby, yes. We're going to do the video. You already know.
Yes.
Come on in this room, God kids. It is Conversation with the Godfather, and I am live with special guests tonight, my beautiful darling.
Work it.
We have Jaguar Evermore. Say hello.
Hello, everybody. I see you looking. How y'all doing?
Yes, introduce yourselves. Lips.
How y'all doing?
Okay. I'm going to let G thing do her thing. Okay.
Okay. Jaguar, let the people know who you are, what you do, and what you've done.
Oh, baby, I am JAGUAREVERMORE. I am the Transmania from Transylvania. I'm able to transform into many characters. I have many different personalities. I am a comedian. I am a singer. I am a rapper. I am an artist. I am a makeup artist. It's nothing that I can't do. I often ask people, they say, what do I do? What can't I do? That's what I ask them in turn, you know, when they ask that. But I am an all-around fun person. I love to get it from the bottom. I love to get it from the mud. I love to work for mine. I'm a hustler, baby. You know what I'm saying? You call me, I'm here. I'm very entertaining. I'm a host and everything. Oh, the sound.
Oh,
I'm doing too much.
Something's going on.
There we go.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I'm burning sage, so we're doing good.
Okay,
there we go. There we go. Yeah, I'm burning sage as well.
Well, I'm not burning sage.
She's doing that. I'm doing it as well. I got my little sage going.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yes.
I am a internet personality, internet sensation. A lot of my videos,
you know what,
went viral, but
turn your phone down a little bit, Jack. Turn your phone down.
Okay, turn the phone down. It's me. You know, a lot of my videos have went viral for the wrong or the right reasons, but I'm glad that they have. And I'm just getting my footing, so to speak. So I'm just a fun, all-around internet sensation personality, jack of all trades, and master of all.
You are.
And gorgeous.
Oh, thank you so much. You too. You too, my love.
Thank you.
You too, my love. Thank you so much, my sister.
So
and that's just about it. And a host and a comedian and everything else, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot going on.
You got a lot going on, babe.
Now enough about me. Let's talk about somebody else.
Lips. Introduce
yes,
yourself.
darling. I am.
Come through.
I forgot to put it on my screen.
I am singer extraordinaire. Queen of queens.
Yes.
You better give us the show. You better come through, darling. Look, let me get some.
Come through, sis.
Top-notch side bitch.
Yes. Top notch.
Hushmoney.com.
Yes, honey. Yes.
Get your life. No abortions over here, baby.
Woo.
No kids. 4 baby daddies. Hey, I like options. Okay.
Girl, you got
comedian, singer.
Uh-oh, that's your girl Whitney.
Yes. Beautiful.
My darling, you.
Go on, sing it, girl.
Oh, kitty, bittersweet memories. That is all I'm taking with me. So I'll go. But I know. Now I fuck up some lyrics now.
Okay.
Cause I have to be high on this purple. Hey.
And what?
And I will always love you. Will always love you.
Hold it
now.
Oh. Come on, Lip. Come on, Lip.
Hey, everybody.
How y'all doing?
Let's do the Whitney.
Take it home.
Oh,
Take it home.
She's taking it home. Y'all see that?
You better.
I'm shy.
You better work.
You better work. You better work.
Yeah.
Go, sis.
Love it.
I wasn't ready for the selection.
I wasn't ready for that either.
What y'all drinking on? What y'all got to drink?
I'm drinking on my signature. Go ahead, sister.
Drinking a little bit of rosé at your
Okay.
local Sprouts, because that's what I be on.
Okay, I'm actually going to have 2 drinks tonight.
Oh.
Yes.
I am drinking Cupcake Vineyard Moscato in a real pretty bottle. You know, I have to transfer the bottle for you guys. Let me get a refill.
Get it. Hold your cup, okay?
I am. I'm pouring you one right now. And then I also I had to have some Hennessy on deck, you know.
Hennessy on the deck.
I had to.
Oh, you about to get real toasty. You about to get real toasty and full.
Oh, baby. The party's
Okay, don't make me get up and do no formation, okay?
Yes.
The party's just getting started. What's going on over there on Instagram?
Instagram. Hi, guys. Down here on Instagram.
Jaguar, is there any questions?
Hey, Instagram.
Oh, we got somebody in the room waiting. Let's see, who is this?
Hair gets in your mouth, and it's like, it gets in your mouth and not in your hands.
I don't like hair in my mouth. Ugh.
Oh.
Oh, caught it. Bye bye.
Somebody's calling in.
Someone's coming in. Who is this? Hello?
Darling.
Darling.
Hello, darling.
Y'all come through.
They're coming through.
Hi, you guys.
Baby.
Hey, is that Candice?
Yes. Hi, boo.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Hi. How you guys doing?
Beautiful, honey. We are black and proud.
We
Say
are
loud.
great.
I don't look as fabulous as you guys do because I've been working, but
Uh-oh. Oh, you.
Oh no, honey. You
One
got
that was like, I'm on my way. I'm on my way.
Let me switch that on.
I don't know how to see you guys. How do I see you?
Okay, so you have to turn your camera on. Let me invite you to turn your camera on.
Okay.
JAZMONE says she'll be pulling up on us at about 7:30. There she is.
Yes.
Where's the pink?
Hi,
Oh, that's pink.
This is pink. This is pink. Okay. The truth is, like,
It looks red, but you know how some pinks, they show up on the camera.
yeah.
I'll let you
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I love it.
Right. You know, like, Dion, not everybody can look as fabulous as you sometimes. Okay. So I was looking for that outfit, but
They are.
it didn't turn out that way.
No, baby, look. I want you to come as you are because this topic tonight is very, very juicy and very, very slutty. So, you know, I wanted you to be your authentic self. And sometimes, you know, you ain't got time to be pulling up stuff. It's quarantine.
You ladies look really good.
But I wanted you to just show your
I
best.
don't look half as good.
I love your scar.
It's like, I got to keep the hat on. I love your hair though. That's a cute color. What's your name? Oh, thank you.
Tell the people who you are. Introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm Candice, by the way, you guys.
Hi,
Candice.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Anytime. You know, we like to hear your insight too.
Tell the people what you do.
I'm sorry?
Let the people know what you do.
Oh, okay. So I own Clean. We're at a pause right now, but we do mostly like farming. I have my hands in a little bit of cannabis. And right now I have a regular job, which it's a little difficult, but my boss is running for senator for District 35. That includes the 10 cities like Hawthorne, Torrance, San Pedro, Gardena, Glen. It's other ones. I'm sorry about that. I drew a blank.
Okay.
But this, whatever, the District 35, all in the 10 cities are all like next to each other.
Okay. Well, look, let me just let y'all know something.
Yes.
This is my first time hosting a Zoom. I was invited on other shows, and all I have to do is just click in and hop on. So I understand that some of you guys, this is your folks' first time being on here as well. So I think it's going so well. I'm happy.
Yes, thank you.
We are waiting on one more participant.
Yes,
one more
honey.
guest,
You
JAZMONE.
know we all Egyptians.
Yes, come through.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at
Absolutely.
this.
Walk like an Egyptian.
Yes.
I want you
Yes.
guys to be free. Speak your motherfucking truth.
This is
Okay, I know my queendom. Okay.
This is Conversation
Yes.
with Godfather.
so we have a little who else do we I didn't get the introduction to the other ladies in the
Yeah, go ahead. Introduce yourself.
Hey, I am JAGUAREVERMORE. How are you? I am a, singer, songwriter. I am a rapper. I am a comedian, makeup artist. I'm an all around act, host, whatever they want, it is me. You know what I'm saying? I have the ability to transform myself, my personal, aura into like a lot of people. And I sit around and make viral videos every now and then on social media. I'm just a social media personality, and I'm an all-around great person.
You're everything.
Absolutely. Thank you. That's cute. I love both of you are beautiful. I love it. I love it.
Thank you. So are you.
Yes. Where everybody from? I'm from Chicago.
I'm initially from South Carolina and Georgia. So we have farmland in Georgia, my aunt and my uncle, but initially I'm from South Carolina.
Wow.
Looks like you're going to be making a trip back to the farmlands. You said you're in the cannabis industry, so you might be going back home soon.
Yeah, no, my grandmother, I have one living grandmother left. So I am thinking about going to check on her, but for the most part, I've been in LA. I lived in Miami. I've lived in New York, DC. Like I've pretty much lived all over for business. But I would say LA is probably like my favorite, that I came here for business and it was like, okay, like I don't mind staying here.
Yeah. I love LA. I love Venice Beach. I'm a weirdo. I love it. I did a slut walk by myself at Venice Beach, okay?
Oh, okay.
I said, fuck Facebook. And Facebook, if you're watching, fuck you motherfuckers, because you deleted my whole life, including my baby's pictures.
Oh,
okay?
wow.
I want my baby pictures. I'm dead ass. Like, come on.
Liz.
Let's fight. Meet me in the parking lot.
Liz, no. Don't fight him.
I'll relate the message if I talk to them.
Okay, somebody better talk to that little motherfucker, okay?
Right.
Listen. What you drinking on? Where's your drink? Your bed is cute, girl.
Hold on again.
We can't start until we get the drink, and then we're going to start with this juicy conversation. I'm so excited. If you guys are tuning in now, please subscribe to Deion the Godfather on YouTube. This is Conversation with the Godfather. I have the Godfather Reacts. I have Cooking with the Godfather Live, the Godfather Performing, bitch. I have it all. Listen, and not only do I have it, I have my friends too, who's also super talented. And we're going to be sharing each other on each other's platform. And it's going to be an amazing thing for us moving forward. I'm so excited to have everybody in this room today. We have people on YouTube. We have people on Instagram. You see me looking over here dipping.
Yes.
Because I'm looking.
Yes, you're trying to get both sides.
I want to see what the people are saying and things like that.
Yes.
And yeah.
I love questions.
What, baby?
I love questions.
Oh, I love questions too.
I like truth or dare. That's how I got pregnant.
Instagram, Jaguar, let the people know that they can ask any question on this topic, or if they want to just ask any questions, they definitely can. It's available.
Yes, guys, feel free to ask your questions. Ask questions away. When we get into the topics, ask y'all questions. If y'all get confused about anything, we're gonna slow it down. We're gonna break it down so you all can understand and get a clear visual.
Very clear.
Okay, and we will twerk on this motherfucker too, okay?
Absolutely.
We'll play some jams, okay? You need to play that music, Godfather, darling.
I'm gonna play the music for you guys. I'm actually gonna give you a snippet of the song.
Yes.
You know, before we get into the topic, now that Candice had her drink.
Yes. Cheers, ladies. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, baby.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
I have some drinks, so I'm
Bottom up.
in double fisting.
Woo, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We get loosened up, guys. We get loosey goosey over
Loosen
here.
up. Loosen up.
Chanel.
Well, at least I can take this off because this is what I really got on. So, like, okay, so where are you from, Miss?
I'm from. I know you guys were saying y'all were from different places. I'm originally from Jackson, Mississippi, but I live in LA.
Okay. Yes.
And
So
I'm
you
not
got a
going-
big old booty.
Right. Let me see. Let me see.
That ass. Throw
I
that
wanna
ass
see
in
it.
the circle. Throw that ass in the circle.
I want to see. I want to see what the hype is about.
No, Jack. Jack. Don't
Oh.
let it down. Don't
Oh,
let it down.
no.
Word, baby. We gonna turn up tonight, okay?
We about to turn up for
We're
real.
trying to get it
Oh,
viral.
it's crazy.
Okay.
Listen.
Shade room, what it do?
What it do? All right,
What it
so
do,
here we
bro?
go. I'm gonna go ahead and get into
No lashes. No, I go ahead.
what happened?
No, I didn't have any lashes.
No lashes at. What happened?
You look. Yeah, you guys.
I was trying to get here on time.
Yeah.
I want to be on time.
Move them titties up. Yes. She said,
I'm
let
trying,
me-
honey. I got milk in these titties.
I had to too. I was like, let me-
Look, they say black people can't be on time. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Just in time, we have
True.
JAZMONE coming in the motherfucking building.
Oh, hi, Monet.
JAZMONE,
Yeah.
the original. This woman has been on television. She has been on Bad Girls Club. She has
That's what I'm talking about.
renewed herself. She
And I think she's cute, so you can tell her.
model. Better come through, girl. I need you to unmute that audio. Here we go. Unmute that audio. Girl, you look.
Myself.
Hello.
Hey, boo.
Hi.
Hey.
What's up?
I need some spotlight. I mean some.
Hold on. Let me.
some
JAZMONE.
Hey, girl.
I gotta pause this.
Let me see.
Hey, there she go, Miss Harvey.
Roll call.
Hey,
Roll call.
Queen.
You are so.
I'm Miss Flip.
Can I just say how gorgeous you are? I think you're so gorgeous. I think you are
Yes.
very articulate. I love your vibe. Anytime
Wow,
I see you,
beautiful.
I just want to say that personally. I think you're so cute.
That's cute.
Yes.
I like
There
that.
you go. Oh my God.
I'm done.
Do what I pink, okay?
No,
I'm
look
sorry, I
good.
just finished working out, so I'm trying to eat a snack while I'm.
You just
What,
gotta
you trying to eat a snack?
This is a real model here who works out during the quarantine. Who the hell is
Yo,
working out?
I got a non-fat oatmeal cookie, okay?
Yeah.
You better
And
come.
I'm Indian style on the floor. Y'all got fabulous background.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fat.
It's about 7:32, guys. We're gonna play a snippet of the song. The new song is called YLS. You Little Slut. And
You
when I
look
was thinking about
yeah.
the song, I was thinking about the people, and I'm gonna tell you my opinion of what slut means to me. But it's time to just have a conversation about it. This is Conversation with the Godfather. We're gonna do that one more time because guess what, babies? We're gonna go live on another platform. Someone just invited us, and here it is in
Yes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is DEION the Godfather. This is Conversation with the Godfather. Get your
Hi.
We are live, honey. We have my good friends on here. I'd like you guys to introduce yourselves, starting from the top all the way down. Go.
I am your homegirl, your bestie, okay? We'll bring some weed to the party, okay? Know where the coke at. No joke. Don't do it, but I can refer you out. Okay, get the party jumping, twerker, proud mother of 4, comedian from Chicago, Illinois.
All right, Luke. All right. Next.
You want to go, Miss Q? It's on me.
You go, Candice.
Hi everyone, I'm Candice. I am from South Carolina. I'm here, I'm a business owner. We do cannabis. I'm in school to be a holistic pediatrician, and I work for the senator right now where we're campaigning for District 35.
Hey.
Hey.
Ow.
Thank you.
Okay, what kind of weed you got? Because I want a bag. I'm gonna get my order in.
I'll bring you some. It's nothing I grew because we're beginning to grow again. But I got some for you if that's what you want.
Yes, man. Do it for the Lord.
Next.
Miss Q.
Jack.
Oh, y'all want me to come there? Okay, hi, I'm JAGUAREVERMORE, Transmania, all the way from Transylvania. I am a proud advocate for trans women all across the world, and I am a comedian, I'm an actor, I'm a singer, I'm a dancer, I'm a rapper, I'm a twerker, I'm a twerker, I am a
You are that bitch.
internet sensation. A lot of my videos have went viral around the world, so some people know that, some don't, and that's okay if they don't. But they will soon to know who I am. And I'm also a host, and I'm also a great, humanitarian to my girls, to my boys of LGBTQ, IA, and between and beyond the spectrum. So y'all be looking for me as I look for you. I'm just a warm, loving person. At the end of the day, I'm just like everybody else, baby. You know what I'm saying? We all bleed the same. So let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's work together, come together, especially during this pandemic. And we can do this. We can do this.
Absolutely.
Man.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong camera.
Okay, so we lost JAZMONE. She'll be back shortly. I'm going to go ahead and play a sample of the song for you guys. And we're going to get into our juicy topic. Are you guys ready?
I am ready, honey. Yes.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, Jazz said it booted her out and won't let her back in. Can you send her another?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What shit is that? Don't worry, boo. I got you.
I'm so proud of Zoom. This is dope. Shout out to Zoom.com.
Shout out to Zoom. Zoom got it going on, guys.
Shout out to YouTube, you guys. You guys are awesome. And Instagram, Facebook.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, Jazz, I'm sending you a new link, baby.
I'm joking.
Okay.
And Miss Q, you guys too, Deion, if it's okay, while we're campaigning, I would love to work more with the LGBTQ community, because I think Anthony and I, like I was telling you, like we need to involve them, and we need their parents too, and they pay taxes, and that's really important. So you guys definitely make sure that Deion has your information for any further, anything we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, I'm definitely down.
I love it.
Definitely down.
Okay, Jazz is going to come back in here shortly, guys.
Okay.
I'm going to play the song for y'all. It's a little snippet. I can't keep it all the way.
Snip, snip.
I'm excited. Yes, let's do it.
Let's get it.
Hey.
Is everyone a resident of Los Angeles?
Yes.
I am.
Hey.
I was just wondering, like,
I can't hear the song, Deion.
Hey.
I can't. Can you? Is it playing loud? Hold on.
Hey.
I'm not. We're just waiting on everything to get together, guys. We're gonna have a conversation. We're just waiting on everybody to come in the room, and we're gonna get it started. Y'all know that how we do things.
No, I think, Deion, you played a snippet for us, right, babe? Okay, that's what I'm listening to right now. Yeah.
Ow.
One more time. Where's that on there?
If you run your mouth, you better show receipts. Bitch, you must. We
Go,
know that you know not just what you and I will see you in this city. Yes, I'm the king of the jungle, just a king tuck. I'm ready to rumble. Don't do the ball, if that is a fumble. If you give a fuck, bitch.
This may not be the platform.
Okay.
This may not be the platform.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay.
I knew
Shake
she
that
had a big
ass,
old
shake
booty.
that ass, shake that
Yeah.
That'll work.
Hey, that's a possible. Yeah.
Baba,
Wait a
you better.
minute.
Yeah.
This might be the
Yes.
I
I
love
know it's like
it.
the platform, but that sounds too good.
Yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Did it get you in the mood, Lips? Did it get you in the mood?
Yeah.
She was like, wait a minute, hey, wait a minute.
I like
That's
the
what I'm saying. I said
baby.
it may not be the platform, but shoot, they got me up.
Did it get you in the mood?
It got me in the
Lips. You better come through.
Okay.
So are we gonna be able to buy this EP? Is this something that we can support on?
So I'm working on. I have a couple things going on. I got a project finished already, an album complete. I have an EP that is coming. I have a joint EP with myself and my partner Rome. And this song here is gonna go on When I Decided to Win album. It's an album called When I Decided to Win. It's because you know how people think that you're winning and they're like, you're winning. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm winning. But when I decide to win, imagine what that looks like. So
Right.
now, I decide to win. So I'm going to release that soon, but the song will be out on May 15th. You will be able to stream that on all social media platforms.
May the 15th, correct? Is
May
that what you said?
15th.
Okay.
On May 8th, I will be releasing the lyric video. So stay tuned for that.
Got it.
All right. So the
Hey,
topic at hand.
I'm ready.
Are you a slut?
Yes.
You're a slut? Are you
Yes.
a slut?
Yes.
How about you?
I'm a slut, and I'm a slut in the case where I have to have a slut to be. I have to be in a slutty situation to be a slut. You know, I can't be a slut for everybody. I like, my slutness has to be reciprocated. I kind of need permission sometimes to be a slut. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If I'm with some, wait a minute. It's because people have their different definitions.
There you go, right there. There you go, right there. You hit a motherfucking point right there.
So,
the word slut. People have different opinions and definitions of what slut actually is.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is a slut?
I think a slut is a woman that knows what she wants. Okay, you can be a slut for shoes. You can be a hoe for shoes. You can be hoe for Dior. You can be a hoe for wine. You can be a hoe for weed. A hoe for dick. Hey, you might not even know his name, but that dick was good. Okay.
Oh my God.
I think.
This went after dark real quick.
I'm trying to like slut and hoe. What's this? You gonna be the slut automatically make you a hoe?
A slut is way classier than a hoe.
You think so?
I'm a slut. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your definition? What's your definition of slut, Jag?
A slut is anyone, and it could be a male or female, anybody who is willing to go that extra mile to be liberated and don't have any limitations or barriers set up on maybe their sexual preference or maybe, a slut is like something, you allow something to take control and take over you. And that could be shoes. I'm a shoe slut. I'm a fashion slut. I'm a slut for candy bars. Girl, I'm just a slut that takes over me. I don't have any self-control when this man come around. I'm a slut for this man. I don't have any limitations. He can tell me to do this and I can do it. When you let your guard down, you're free, you're liberated for something. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily have to be sex. Although that's most of the time that is the case. We can be slut, sexually. But sluts, we can be a slut for some of anything. Sometimes we be slut for our job. Child, every time a job call me, I'm going. I'm working. I need the money. A slut for the money. Slut for this. You know, it just depends. That's what I think a slut is. Anything and everything that makes you, you know, let your guards down, let your barriers down, be liberated and be free.
Okay. That's a good answer.
I have a question when you finish.
Yeah. What about you, darling Candice? What's your idea? What's a slut to you?
I gave it some thought when you talked to me yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And as women, and I'm speaking about, and you guys please understand that I wasn't really huge in the LGBTQ community as a gay woman. So not that I was shamed, like my grandfather like was so acceptant. I was just so free spirited. I just got into the life of like standing for our rights and knowing that this is very important. So when you mentioned slut, I think just from me on the side of a woman out there, like just doing her thing, figuring herself out, whether I was young, sleeping around, to now I'm older. Now it's like, okay, cool. I can have a couple of partners here and there. I'm about my business type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a slut for my business and I'm a slut for energy. So slut meant to me, it was like sex, love, understanding, and time. And because what happens is the world takes so much like definition on who we are. I feel like they use slut and they just transformed it into a negative content. So we can have sex and we can still have love for each other and it can be understanding, and then give me time and I can be your real slut. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
that's how I feel about it. And I think that's where it kind of like goes into understanding how it fits into my life.
Okay.
So like I was saying earlier, she's just not a slut for anything or anyone. She's just not gonna sell her soul, or she's not just gonna let her guards down for anything or anyone.
Right. Yeah, I got you, Autumn. No, I totally agree. And then I was just telling one of my best friend's sister, also my friend, I was telling her that just knowing about LGBT, like we're labeled as that. You know what I'm saying? Like we're labeled as like we just have sex with anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's really not the case.
No.
Yeah, it's really not the case.
Can I ask you this? Have you ever had an instance where you
would be insane to do that.
Have you ever encountered an instance where you were labeled a slut, or you was just deemed a slut just because of your sexuality, or
no? I haven't experienced half of what a lot of people experience. I've had a really privileged life when it comes to my sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now
you better talk about it. You better talk about it. Okay.
I've been really privileged, and I think that had a lot to do with just my upbringing. Like when I hear about stories, yeah, I get horrified. It's like, damn, I don't know what I would do in that situation. If I was like, I don't know what I would do. And God has never put that or God or whatever you believe in has never bestowed that into my book of life. You know what I'm saying? Like that's never been my chapter. So maybe my chapter was to stand up for people like that. That wasn't my chapter to have that type of life. You know what I'm saying? Like my chapter was to say, I have a voice for you. So it's a little different for me.
Okay. So in other words,
I need to answer a question
so basically you didn't get molested.
At all. No, I was very protected. My grandfather, I was raised well. I'm not from the hood. I was raised in a nice home. My grandfather was pretty well off. We were fine. Like we were good. He worked hard, owned everything we owned, you know. Yeah.
Like there's a lot of wounding in homosexuality. It's a lot of wounding.
Yeah.
So
you know, verbal abuse is wounding. You know, someone's telling you that you're fat and you're ugly and your nose is too big. Like I was the lightest.
I'm really conceited, like to the point of where I'm like, no, like I don't. Even if you told me I was ugly, I knew you'd be fucking lying.
Yeah.
Right.
So you have never had an instance. Okay. You have never had an instance where you was demonized for having sex or being sexually fluid, or called a slut, or
absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely
or
never.
Made to be feel.
Never.
Yeah, I know when they see LGBT.
I can't sit here and make up a story. Like it's never happened. I've had a really good life. Like I've had a really good life. And anything that's ever happened to me was bestowed on me because of my actions, not because of my sexuality.
So you don't have to. So see, me myself, you know, I've had instances where friends, I'm sexually fluid, and very sexually fluid, and friends or family members or people say, "Oh, girl, you're a slut."
What do you mean by what do you mean
slutty? Or what you have on is slutty, or just automatically, you know, oh, you wear that, that looks like you're a slut. I've been in this.
Now I'm a hoe. I'm a hoe.
Like, okay, hold on.
I love women.
New word to the motherfucking table. What's the difference? Hold on.
We're trying to figure out what's the difference between a hoe and a slut.
Between a hoe and a slut. More than most gay women that I know, like all these like studs, and it's like whatever. That's just fucking clothes, bitch. I love women, naked and all. Don't when you walk in my door, them clothes come off. Okay. Like everything. Like no.
Hold on.
She said, "Ew, man, you ill." She said,
"Someone wants to know, what do you mean by privilege?"
Oh, privileged. Okay, so I've been privileged in love. I've been loved unconditionally. I've been like, my grandfather took time with me. My grandparents worked hard for me. I went to a half private school, like a science school. I had a business at 19 that he paid for. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been really cared for. And like I said, everything that's ever happened to me has been life situations of my actions, not my sexuality or even my sex. So it's a little different for me. It's hard for me to see things on the opposite end, you know, like, but that doesn't mean I don't understand. It's just that it's hard for me to relate to people who've been through that. And to be called a slut, it's like, I'm a slut by nature, but not by choice.
But not because somebody has forced.
Yes, not because somebody has forced me. No, hell no. He would have got killed.
Right.
Like my grandfather would have been like, "Nigga, you know how much money I have? Like, you're done." Like that was a no. Like I was protected. Like really, like.
So when you say I'm not a slut, I'm a hoe. That means I'm free with my sexuality, and I like to have sex with women. I just like to have sex and do what I want to do. Right? Is that? I think I'm saying it right.
I like to have sex with multiple women. That's
can you be?
Okay.
Yeah, that's the hoe in me. The hoe in me is like, you know.
I can't.
I can't get enough. I can't get enough.
I can't get enough, right?
I now understand what you're saying. I totally understand what you're saying.
I have a question. Do pussy taste like sweet potato pie or pumpkin pie?
No.
Oh God.
I'm just blessed to not have that bad experience. I ain't gonna lie. Like I've heard some horrible experience, but thank God, thank you, Jesus. I've never had a bad experience.
Talk about the bad experience that I want to.
Yeah, can you give us such an example of a bad experience?
Never had a bad experience. Never. Every girl I've ever.
You said you heard a bad experience. Could you give us like
just an example of one?
Man. I think one of my homegirls, she's a stud. She's a touch me not. Let me not say stud. She's a touch me not. And I just learned what that was like 7 years ago. I was like,
what is that? What's that? Explain to the children.
That's a stud. That's a woman who wears clothes. I'm saying this all wrong. That's a woman who put on men clothes. And she knows that she has a vagina. She knows she has breasts, but she don't want the other woman to touch her in that way. She just want to be a pleaser. And I'm too nasty to be a pleaser. Like it's a circus up in this bitch. Like I don't.
You really like to explore the human body.
Yeah, I like the human body and anatomy. Actually, I love the anatomy of men. I just don't like penis.
You just don't like it. Yeah.
I do like.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like a naked man in art class. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful.
I agree.
I like that. I really like your way of how you explain.
Gorgeous, baby.
The first time I would probably cheat like a motherfucker.
I like that. I like how you can celebrate one without throwing the other under the bus.
Oh, absolutely. I love men. I think men are special. I think men, they're special. That's for sure. But I think that they're amazing in their own way, and you just have to lift that up for them to be great. I think always banishing them is just giving them another reason to be fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, uplift them. If they make a mistake, be like, hey, don't do that, do this. You feel me? Like, a lot of my homeboys they're really stupid, but you know, like,
you say they're really stupid. Is it because of the decisions that they make?
Yeah, what you mean by that? What you
men
mean?
don't care. Men will spend like so much money on the dumbest.
So true.
Women will like take out time. So I think I have a little bit of man and woman in me. I noticed that, you know, I don't know. I just think men and I have a great relationship. Like, I do get along with a lot of men and they fuck with me. Like, I can take a shower. Like, my homeboy, I took a shower with him. We went to the mountains. Nothing happened. We just walk around. Like, it's like brother and sister. Like, it'll never happen. Like, never.
Yeah.
I'll end up fucking this girl before I fuck him.
Let me ask you this. Do you find that your presence intimidate men?
No.
Meaning that they think that you're going to take their female or take their woman?
Most men are nasty anyway, so they're hoping that'll happen.
They're hoping it'll be a threesome situation.
Wait, since y'all talking about men and women, I have to get y'all
Threesome,
back.
huh?
I have to get y'all back on topic about sluts, okay?
Slut, yes.
Now, men, no, actually, this whole entire conversation, I heard you guys say women, 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 women. You guys have not said men can be sluts. You guys are only said from a woman's point of view.
Oh, I think she just said it. She said it.
Well, honey, men could be sluts and bisexual, okay?
Can a man be a slut though? Can a man be a slut, or is he be?
Yes.
Is he
There's
being
a lot of
active?
them on Instagram. They're naked. They posting posting thirst trap pictures.
But why can't that be art? Why can't that be art?
It can be art to a
Yeah, it
degree,
is art though. The
but
body is art.
they act on it. It becomes something else when you act on it. You know what I'm saying? It's like no longer art.
Because I would act on it too.
Yeah.
I'd be like, shit, you keep showing me the titties, I'm gonna come over one day.
Exactly.
Don't go down. You keep fucking with me, you gonna get fucked. Like,
Let me find out. Let me ask Google what is slut so we can find out the definition. Because
multiple partners.
My definition is based off of just growing up, you know, with my mother, my sisters, you know, they consider a slut like a whore, someone who sleeps around. A slut has a bad definition. You know, it has a bad meaning when it comes from a certain type of culture, a certain background, especially in the Black African-American culture. A slut is, you know, a nasty person that sleeps with anybody. And so I don't believe that. I believe that we can change this whole word of what slut means. I feel like everyone has a little bit of slut inside of them.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't necessarily
have
to do anything with sex. It doesn't have to do anything with sleeping with people. You can feel slutty. You can want to feel sexy for yourself. And there's many, many meanings behind it, but I want to definitely like define that meaning to you guys today. You know what I mean? So
you remember, Deion, do you remember back when Madonna did that song? What was it? Oops, I didn't know we couldn't talk about sex.
Yes, Human Nature.
Human Nature. Yeah, that was a really good song for a great time. I think that people were more slutty back in the day than they are now. Now it's just you just being ratchet. Yeah, I think you just being just flat out just nasty. But I think back in the day it was more like slutty. Like I might dress slutty, or that's just growing up seeing like certain shit. Like when I mean, who else? You got Toni Braxton, you have Janet Jackson did that whole thing with Jermaine Dupri. That shit was slutty as fuck. Like just give it what it takes. I mean, be real about it. When she did the elevator shit, when she was dancing nasty and shit, that was slutty, but they wasn't fucking.
Yeah.
You know?
I think a lot of people are like some people, they will exemplify slut behavior, but deep when the curtain closes, they're really not about that slut. You know what I'm saying? They're selling an image. They're selling a slutty image, you know, a provocative image. And I, you know, another thing, I love Amber Rose for you know,
Yes.
slut walking and having the women come out and be liberated and show their boobs and be slutty for a day. You know, the slut walk, I've been there and it was like a freeing experience, which it didn't have anything to really do with sex. It just had a lot to do with empowering yourself, you know.
Yeah,
If you've ever been called a slut, a hoe, or, you know, a negative word that, you know, loose woman or a loose man.
Yeah.
And that's an event that empowers people who feel, you know, I want to be.
Well, I think too, a lot about your, I think your astrology and the way you were raised has a lot to do with it too. Some people weren't raised like that. And then your astrology, I find that most air signs and most fire signs are more sluttier. And most earth signs,
a lot to
I find that, no, seriously, like air signs are so free.
If you've ever been called a slut, a hoe, or, you know, a negative word that, you know, loose woman or a loose man. Yeah. And that's an event that empowers people who feel, you know, I want to be.
Well, I think too, a lot about your, I think your astrology and the way you were raised has a lot to do with it too. Some people weren't raised like that. And then your astrology, I find that most air signs and most fire signs are more sluttier, and most earth signs a lot.
Did I hear that?
Like, yeah.
What is that?
That's a playback. It's playing back.
Yeah,
it's playing back like, you know.
It's a playback on what?
And that's an event that empowers people who.
How is this happening?
You know.
You gotta go on your on your. Okay, it stopped because I think it had to catch up. Like your data had to catch up to what we were talking about.
That's so strange. Okay, so
that's interesting. You were talking about that astrology. That's real interesting.
Yes,
I
I
never
didn't think
thought
of
about
that.
it like that.
But to go back to the Amber Rose slut walk, you know, like for me, like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like I never considered myself a slut because I didn't do like slutty things. You know what I mean? Like I felt the definition based off of the world and society. And I'm actually a free thinker. I like to kind of like go against the grain, you know, and in every aspect of my life. But when it comes down to the word slut, it just has this negative condescending message behind it. And I never put myself in that same category as a slut. Cause I'm like, you know, I was the friend that would tell my friends, you know, I'm going out tonight, I'm gonna get me some tonight, and never ever get some. You know what I mean? And not because I couldn't, because obviously, you know,
right.
Get some. But
right.
It just wasn't in my nature to just be with multiple partners and different things like that. But then as I started to get older, I realized that, you know, slut is just a word. Slut is just a word that is familiarized for women. You know, we're gonna ask Google. We're gonna ask Google, what is slut? I need to know, what is Google telling our children out here on these streets?
It's multiple partners. So that means that everybody's a slut. If you have multiple partners, according to Google, everybody's a slut then. If that's the definition.
What is a slut?
Here's the definition of slut. Derogatory.
Who's a celebrity slut?
Casual sexual partners.
Did you guys hear that?
Multiple sexual partners. That means everybody's slut.
A woman who has many sexual partners.
It didn't say a man. It didn't say nothing about a man.
Nothing about a man, yeah. And that's and that was alarming when I looked that up. So I looked up a little bit beyond what you were saying. That's why I was like, damn, so it's derogatory towards women. Why can't dudes be a slut? Because half of the time they are.
Dudes to be the hoe. Ask Google and ask Siri, what is the term for a man that has multiple sexual partners?
Hey Google, what is the term for a man that has multiple sexual partners?
They are. Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna repeat that.
According to Macmillan's dictionary, Casanova is now a man with a reputation for having many sexual partners.
Let's try it again. Hold on 1 second. Hey Google, can you repeat that? Repeat that.
According to Macmillan Dictionary, Casanova, noun, a man with a reputation for having many sexual partners.
Oh, so a man would be considered as a Casanova, and a woman.
Why is that so alluring though? Casanova sounds better than slut. It sounds like
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Does that date back in the time where women were categorized as only homemakers and baby makers? Is that why? Because it's like if we were only supposed to be with one man with a house and kids and that's it, and then when you start sleeping around, they're like, okay, you're a slut, right? So maybe that's where they're coming from. I don't know. I'm just I don't really have a.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, obviously in society, men are considered to be, it's okay for them to be home.
It's okay, yeah.
It's okay for them to sleep around. People praise them. People, give them nothing but love and aspiration, like you the man. Versus when it's a woman, it's a whole different ball game, And so that's why I feel like, look, you little slut is a phrase. You little slut.
I think women have did that to other women. They have pigeonholed other women, or they have policed other women and told other women, oh, that's slutty behavior. You're a slut. You know what I'm saying? Women have reared and really trained other women not to be promiscuous, not to be sleep around.
Well, that's called submissive. Partner. That's submissive towards your man, right? If you have a man, you're being submissive towards his needs and what he needs and giving him kids and making his dinner to where he's making the money, he's providing everything. That goes way back before us.
That's what I'm saying. What happens when the men don't police the men like the women police the women? The women become victimized and become sluts and become trash and all kind of names. But the man is upholding another man that same slut behavior. He's getting celebrated and adored for it.
Exactly.
And it's totally not fair. It's totally not fair.
I totally agree. You know what? That's so funny. You know what? Growing up in the South, Dion, you know how we do. In the South, growing up, I can be honest about it. Like, even though in my household, my grandfather didn't care about my grandmother doing what she's doing. Like, she could have made more money than him. He didn't care. He was more like empowering women. But I did notice that because I was the only child and the only grandchild, it was literally just me for like 15 years.
Yeah.
What I did notice is that a lot of his friends were that typical, like, a woman has to stay in the house. They couldn't wear certain things because it would entice other men. So my point in it, when I used to think about it, if I ever thought about it, I was like, if I'm enticing other men, so he doesn't have the willpower to control himself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. Like, I don't get that.
So like he doesn't have a brain. Like, you're telling me that I can make him rape me, or I can make him have sexual encounters with me? Like, is that what you're telling me? That's okay? Because I'm wearing a skirt? Like, what the fuck? You're wearing a skirt,
yeah.
Like,
I was raised like that. I guess it was raised like that because it was a long time. It's like back in the day, it was chivalrous for a man to, take care and provide for his wife and his family.
Right.
It was the thing to do. Now the roles have changed. And we like, what the men are confused about their roles. But back in the day, like you said, when your grandfather, my grandfather, the woman did work. Her main job was to stay at home, take care of the kids. And I don't know if they wanted to shield the woman from other men, but that was the role of the woman.
Well, my grandmother was feisty. My grandmother is a fire sign, so she's feisty. So even if my grandfather wanted to, he couldn't control her. Even if he wanted to, she was like, bitch, what the fuck? You can see your way out of here. So I grew up in a house where, like, even if he wanted to be like, no, I'm going to take care, my grandmother was too feisty. Like, she was like fire. Like, she was spicy. Like, anything was like, what the fuck did you say? Like, I need you to put your tone when you talk. Like, so that's why I grew up. I grew up with a timid grandfather.
Oh my God.
Like, I grew up with, like, don't say nothing. We don't want to piss her off. Like,
yeah.
Just keep the peace. Now go ahead, boo.
Do you think that a person can be too sexual?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think that sexuality is based on your needs. And sexual can be, I can rub your hair at night. You know what I'm saying? Like, massage your back. And it doesn't even have to be about orgasm. It can be about mental pleasure and body pleasure. It can be about, like, let me massage you for the night and then we have sex tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like that to me is a deeper connection than like, let's always bust a nut. You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't have to be that.
Yeah, I agree with you. Some people can't be too sexual when it becomes an addiction, when it becomes that I don't go to work and I'm jerking off 5, 10, 20 times a day, when I can't, you know, function without jerking off, or when I can't maintain relationships without cheating on this person, you know, having, you know, some people, you know, it can become a problem. Something you just have, you know, you have to do anything in moderation. You know, it can become a problem being too slutty. You know what I'm saying? It can. And if you're not, if you don't handle your business and if you can't maintain relationships, it can become a problem. But if you're good with maintaining, handling your business and maintaining relationships, healthy relationships, then it's not, you can't be never be too slutty, sure.
Okay, now that we got Jazz back in the building, welcome, Jazz.
Hey, Jazz.
Gosh.
We missed you.
Thank you.
I missed you guys too. I was trying to get back in. I was like, let me in.
Hey, you can be part of the conversation.
Hi, baby.
But now that you're here, I need to know what is a
Look at
slut?
the baby.
What is a slut?
Yeah, Jazz, what is a slut?
What do I think? You know what? That's why I said I think I walked in at the perfect time, because that's exactly how I feel. I think that a slut is just another word, just like they give everything. I don't really put titles or labels on things, but I do feel like the personality of someone that's overly sexual or someone that utilizes their sexuality as their description, like that's just them, like that's them. So I don't know. I don't think that.
Let me ask
So Jazz, I have a question.
A slut is a woman that has multiple sexual partners, and a man
I don't think that's a
who has multiple.
I don't think
Google said.
Huh? It just said a woman, like not man or.
You're gonna ask her.
It just says woman.
Want to hear what she had to say? Okay.
It said just a woman, like not man and woman.
Google. Let me ask
so Jazz, I have a question.
A slut is a woman that.
Hey Google. What is a slut?
Here's the definition of slut. Derogatory. A woman who has many casual sexual partners.
Oh, woman.
That's a slut.
Yo, okay, now that's a problem. I don't agree with that. I do not agree with that definition. And we need to get Google on the phone now. Webster, Wikipedia, put them all on the phone, because no, a woman. So what do you call a man that has multiple sexual partners?
Casanova.
You call him a Casanova.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Google, what do you call a man who has multiple sexual partners?
According to Macmillan Dictionary, Casanova, noun, a man with a reputation for having many sexual partners.
There you
have it. See, now that's
I agree with that.
I don't understand the double standard of that. And that's something I was just talking to my girlfriend about, is how it's crazy that people normalize it for men, but for women doing it, it's a problem, or we're sluts.
They normalize it for men, but demonize it for women.
Exactly. Demonize it for women. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's wild to me. I couldn't, because I feel like women should be able to express themselves sexually as well, because first off, we are visualized as sexual creatures, as sexual beings, as sex symbols. Like that's what people think about when they think about women. You think about sex. So it's like, now you guys are gonna throw stones at us and call us slut because we're embracing it, because we are submitting to it, and we're.
But hey, here's
in our femininity, like we're living it.
It's not just women. It's something that bless you, love. It's something that is in the LGBT community. You know, they consider all gay people as sluts, and that's not really whatever the definition that they consider, which is mostly a nasty meaning behind it, it's not true, you know? Like, we have to create our own world, and sometimes words, they only have a feeling. And if that feeling makes you feel bad, then you shouldn't be using it to categorize a group of people. You know what I mean? Like,
but I think people, like we spoke about Deion before when we were Jazz, you missed a few part. Hi, how are you? How you doing, Jazz?
I'm good.
Good.
Fill me in. What did I miss?
Well, we were talking about back in the day how basically how women were, quote unquote, was supposed to be the, you know, the stay at home and have the kids and cook. But on the flip side, they were like, you can't dress, you shouldn't dress more derogatory because it would entice men to rape you or have sexual encounter with you. And it's like, how can I make someone having a sexual encounter with me unwantedly?
How can
you know
I make someone force me?
Yeah, all because we're sexual beings. And so for them to turn around slut as a derogatory manner, that just really appalled me to that situation. So
you're right about that. And the sad part is that a woman can be victimized or either raped or taken advantage of. And after that, she can be victimized again and be called a slut or demonized a slut.
Right.
And
Like, what were you doing to make him do that?
Society, you know?
Yeah.
Is it that messed up? That a woman can just be in her element and being a woman and, you know, dressing how she feels, and then she's raped or something happens to or molested.
That's fucked up.
Society views her as a slut.
It's because we're already struggling with insecurities, and we're already struggling as being women. Like, we're already overly emotional and already just like, yeah. I never looked up slut. Like, this is blowing my mind. I'm like,
and to be honest, we were talking about
something, so I'm just like taking it all in. It definitely took me somewhere different. I'm like, because I've been in situations where when I was younger, I've had situations happen to me where it's like, I'm just being a kid. So how could I make someone want to do something like that to me as a kid? Like, what? So now I'm a sexual being, or I'm forced to be called a slut, or have to live with people thinking that just because I want to have my belly button out that I'm out here hoeing and having multiple sex partners. And it's just, that's crazy, because that's what they put into the atmosphere, because it's out there for people to research and look it up. And today time, that's all this new generation has is technology, and they don't have hard books and real resources to look up stuff. So then they're forced to be stuck with this Google, who is just a site that gets information from people that pay them. So it's like, these aren't even like reliable resources. So you're forcing me to read something because somebody was the highest bidder on this part of the internet. So now I have to be a slut is a female.
Yeah.
Right. Like, if she's out here, if she has 2 boyfriends, she's a slut. Like,
and you know what? And you know what? Like, and we were talking about how we grew up, and Deion had chimed in on, like, you know, music and how that kind of coincides with how we are. And I was letting them know that we were all sharing our story. And I was letting them know that in the South, kind of, you know, obviously Deion, everybody kind of knows. It wasn't even just the South, because it was like every family, Black family. Your sexuality was really important. I grew up in a household where my grandmother was dominant. Like, that's all she did. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's it, but that wasn't the normal household. The normal household was the woman cooks and cleans and have kids. My grandmother was like, no, fuck that. She was a fire sign number 1 to the T. And then she was very feisty to the ultimate T. Like, she didn't.
Aries.
Yeah, she was an Aries. She was April the 10th. Actually. Yeah. So my grandmother.
It sounded like she wasn't playing.
My grandmother who raised me, my grandfather was the timid one. He was the one that was like off in the cut. My grandfather was like, just don't piss off the queen of the house type shit. That's what type of household I grew up in.
That's so sweet.
Smart man. Smart,
Yeah,
smart
that-
man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, he's
No,
not-
but
don't
you know
go-
what, my grandma, you know what? My grandma and I went toe to toe because I didn't like how she was treating my grandfather sometimes. Like, I felt like she was too mean. I was like, you don't have to be that fucking mean. Like, seriously, he's a good guy. But anyway, so like, I love her to death, but she was too mean. Like, it was like, bitch, like, no, he's a great person. You could have had one of them other motherfuckers like that was just not no good. Like, for real, for real.
Yes, you guys are right about what you say about the especially the music and what we hear on the radio and what we engulf and you know, the internet and stuff like that. And it's just reinforced that slut word. Now we have a new terminology for slut. It's called thought. And now we got a new terminology for slut called thirst. That hole over there or something like that. It's just weird that women is just constantly being beat down and
but let me go against that,
and who they are, and they're just existing, you know.
Even though that a lot of rappers are, you know, their music videos, everything that's happening with their albums, you know, they're making women look like sluts or whatever they consider to be a slut. And it's a constant reminder, and it's teaching our younger kids to, this is what a slut is, this is what a woman should be. Do you guys think that would ever change? Do you guys think that
I don't.
No,
because Amber Rose is trying to
Yes.
So because Amber Rose is taking it and kind of making a joke out of it. Like one of my friends brought it to me. Like, I know that I'm using this as an example. So I hang around like a lot of diverse people, and my friends were close. So I would say the word tranny, and I didn't know that it was offensive until I said it out loud in front of other people, and they were offended by it. And I'm like, well, my girlfriend is cool when I say, like, you know, like that's what we say. And they're like, no, like that's like
just like the N-word.
You know
what
I mean? That it's offensive. But me and her saying it and me coming out, she didn't educate me. So when I went out and I said it in public, now I'm getting bashed on, and I'm thinking that it's okay. And I feel like that's the same thing that Amber Rose is doing with SLUT, like the SLUT walk and like having everybody walk around with their titties out and stuff. And it's like, okay, that's cool. But I think that the carnival does what she's trying to do, but in a more appropriate way. Like they still have on the nice, sexy outfits. You know, they're still embracing their sexy and their culture, but at the same time, they're not like making a joke out of it.
In other words, do you think that changing the appearance of what it means to be a slut can change the whole idea of what it means? Like right now, we're sitting here. You know, I don't know if I'm a slut yet. I'm still trying to figure this out by the end of this whole situation. But I am a slut considering my meaning of what slut is. And I'm going to give y'all that at the end. We're going to sound it out. We're going to have syllables. What the hell is slut? We're going to appreciate that shit.
We want to know who makes that decision.
Who makes
on a woman if you're a slut or not?
Exactly.
Is it a man or is it
a man?
Or is it you? Like, should I should I be able to call myself
I think society did that in general. I think that we have to turn, and to both of you, to Miss Q and to Jazz, I totally agree with you on both ends. I agree with you only, Jazz, because I feel like Amber Rose, I feel like she's one of those people that don't think about what she does. She just does it, which is really good in a lot of ways in business. And I feel like she's about her bread. So a lot of her encouragement has been about her paper, which all of us is about. Like, I can't hate on her for her hustle. And then I agree with you, Miss Q, because I agree that it needed to be done, because a lot of motherfuckers are out here in the rap videos fucking 20 different women talking about they not a slut. Not only you a slut, you're a walking disease, my nigga. Like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
what we just talked about, this slut thing is not going away. That's been here for the that's been here since the beginning of time, no matter how a woman has dressed or perceived herself, because, you know, dress and fashion has changed, and they're still calling women.
But my issue
demonizing women as sluts or loose women or something like that.
My issue with the music industry is that they have people like Amber Rose, and you don't, and when she called herself a slut, you take it in a negative, derogatory manner. But at the same time, you got 5 women to 20 women in a video that you've all fucked. I'm sorry, that's not a slut. You're a walking disease. So I feel like that's not just, I feel like that's something I do take that very seriously, because I'm like, no, I'm with my homeboys. I'm the gay homegirl. Yeah. I'm the homegirl. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see
thing is a personal, like, so what you're saying, the slut thing is personal. No matter what no matter what society deem you as, it should be a personal decision if you want to.
Yeah, I feel like it should be a personal decision that you feel.
You know what? There's a woman, and I'm gonna play the video for you guys in just a second. But there's a woman who she's an advocate for reclaiming the name it's unslut. She's unslutting everything. And she fights for a new meaning of what slut means. You know what I mean? But the thing is that even though she's fighting, she's never ever going to be successful, because everyone has their opinion on what slut means.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
You know, just like you said, a slut to you is different. A slut to me is different. A slut to you, JAZMONE, is different.
I feel like more women would be okay with men being sluts if they were honest about it.
Yeah,
that's what I feel.
Because this is what I don't understand. Men want you to be a slut. Like, they want you to be nasty, and they want you to do these different things.
For them.
For them.
Yeah.
For them. That's how a woman would just want them to do it for them.
For them.
But then he goes out and does it with Tanisha, Keisha, Alize, and Tammy.
All in the same day.
Just
all in
you?
the same day.
Okay.
I don't
all in the same day.
We're not doing that.
They be getting mad, and it's like, wait.
But men lie too much. Men will have a woman for 20 years and have 20 women on the side.
Yeah.
Talking about they don't want to slut. It's like, bitch,
now,
hold on. Don't y'all just get on the men. Don't y'all just get on the men.
No, real shit. Niggas
y'all are the masterminds behind it.
I think the definition of a slut is someone that
I don't want to hear it.
That does something disgusting, like how you would sleep with a married man. I will call her a slut. But like, if you just getting freaky and just being freaky, then that's just your thing. That's freaky.
No, but my problem is with men, and I tell my homeboys,
if you're having sex with
have a woman,
multiple women without protection, that's a slut. Like,
no,
that's
but you'll have a woman, you'll be dating a woman for 10, 15 years and have 5 different women, and don't be honest with the bitch you was with for 15 years. Just tell her that you fucking other women. You're not a slut, you a fucking liar and a walking disease. Like, just tell her you're fucking other women.
Because you're keeping it in. You're not.
Is that not true? Is that not true? Like, me personally, I think women, no, for real. I've known women would tell a nigga, like, you're not the only one. Like, it's okay. Let's take it slow. Men would be like, I just want to take my time. I just got shit to figure out. This nigga got like 5 other hoes on the side. One married, probably.
That's that male ego.
Married one, like, nigga, hell no. Like, hell no. Just be.
But there are women that do it too. There are women that do it too. I have guy friends that are really, really good men that are now today. They just don't want to have nothing to do with women because they fell in love with a woman that just
did all that.
Was ratchet.
Played the game that the men
I ain't met no nigga.
Exactly.
Yet.
She flipped it on.
I know men that have a whole nother apartment, fucking bitches, and have a wife at home. This is real shit. Like, I'm the gay friend. No. Like, real shit. I'm the gay friend that they show all their true colors to. I know, and I wouldn't snitch on them. To be honest, I would never snitch on them. But I be looking back like, damn, like, I hope she doing her own thing. Like, I hope she fucking other niggas, because you ain't, like, I hope she doing her own shit.
Candice, I've been in that situation before where I had a real close friend of mine, and we were like brothers, you know what I mean? He took me around his family. The kids called me Uncle Dion, and this particular person cheated on his wife, and I knew because it was just a mess. It was a mess. And I was like, damn,
and 2 of the bitches we got together. And 2 of the women we got together. Like, we pulled that bitch together. It's like, nigga, just tell her. Just tell her.
I don't think you're a slut. I just think
Like, bitch, you a fucking liar. Like, I don't like the lying. Just don't.
Okay,
lie.
so I'm gonna give y'all my definition of what I think a slut is. And this definition, I feel like sluts or people in general, we're all always misconceived and misconstrued. People just don't get you right off the bat. You know what I mean? Like JAZMONE coming from, Bad Girls Club, people have this preconceived notion about you, and it's like, no, this is not who I am. There's bits and pieces of me that I have, displayed on television, but that's not who I am.
Exactly.
Versus, Jaguar, same thing. People,
I know you, Deion. We go way back to Atlanta.
And they're like, you're a viral superstar. And people think that, oh, this person is overly sexual, or this person is crazy, or this person ain't got it together.
Right.
When you actually talk to you, it's like, no, I'm not none of those things. And even me with basketball wise, like people probably think that I hate women, and the way they edit it, all this crazy stuff.
And me personally, knowing you, when I seen that, I already
that was whack. And Deion and I go way back too. That was whack. That was like,
I was like, oh, they took that 1 second and really like
they do that.
That's what they do.
Yeah, they needed something. It was boring. They needed to.
Darling, it was so dry. It was so dry. Listen, their rating was 0.81. When I got on that bitch, it was 1.3.
No, but Deion, you know what? I feel like you're one of those underrated ones that, like, they took like she said, they took the snippet and because we go way back. So I know you for real. Like, niggas don't know the struggle. Like, when you know somebody for real, you know the struggle, like the ups and the downs and the success. Yeah. And I feel like they took that, and then I saw the comments, and I was like, but that's not who he is. But that's media. They wouldn't be media if they couldn't make it. That's just the name of the game. Yeah. And you knew that shit, and you knew what was up when you signed up for that shit. So
that part.
Was like, you
have to recreate what people think about you. You got to be able to put it out, recreate that whole thing. And that's
just like I knew what it was when I was dealing with business, and when I deal with business with certain type of men, I knew that I'm gonna have to deal with their wives and their bitches on the side. Period. Yeah. Like, I knew what I had to deal with. Like, I just don't like it. Just flat out, I don't like it. Like, I don't like it. So do you
feel like you're being forced? You're being forced to deal with this stuff?
I feel like most men see me as an intelligent Black woman who's very much about her business, mistakes and all, and I own up to my shit. And they put me in the position to be their wife friend and their mistress friend, so they can do what the fuck they have to do. And I had to get out of that situation. And honestly, I would never go back to that. I don't want to meet your wife. I don't want to meet your bitch. I don't want to meet your mistress no more. That was a lesson learned that I will never go back to. That happened one time, and that person became my friend. And once that person became my friend, I changed my life. I was like, you know what? Keep your shit to your fucking self. And I keep my shit to my fucking self. I don't want to be in the middle of this shit no more. This shit is a headache. You're a liar. You're a thief. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really went the fuck off. And I was like, I don't give a fuck what you tell that bitch. It's the truth. It's the truth. You did all this shit. You know what I'm saying? And you made me look fucking stupid in the middle of it. Niggas would do that shit. And it's only when a woman puts her foot down that she's looked at as the one that's acting crazy or whatever. It's like, no, bitch, I'm not crazy. I'm taking myself out of this toxic ass situation. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Call it what you want to call it.
Like, Jaguar, darling. We got a question.
I'm here looking. What's going on, baby?
One of the fans on YouTube said, Jaguar, how do you not call yourself a slut when you have clients?
How do you know? Are you one of my clients? Who is this?
That part. Okay, that's
wait a minute. No. How do I not call me? Because I don't allow other people to call me slut. It's you have to take. It's like damage control. You can let anybody perceive you as anything that they want to perceive you. It's how you look at yourself. What comes out my mouth is the truth about me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When I say I'm an actor, I'm a comedian, I'm a this, I don't let any of my past hold me hostage to what I say I am today. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So you can sit up there and vilify me or vilify me and say I'm a slut and all this other things and stuff like that. That's your perception. I have nothing to do with that. That's neither my business.
Exactly.
That part.
It's what I say out of my mouth.
Exactly. So what we say
is null and void.
and what we speak is what is value into our lives.
Right.
So if I might say I'm a slut, I'm like, hey, I'm a slut, bitch. I'm a slut. How you doing? I'm a slut. And to other people, they're like, ooh, what do you mean? How are you a slut?
I don't think that a slut could be a person. I think that like your slutting is a thing, like to slut. Like it's like
for a bag.
a verb.
I'm a slut. Yeah. I'm a slut for this job. I'm a slut
for my career.
Exactly. So I don't think that it could be a person. I don't think that a slut could be a person.
You know, what do you think, Jazz? What is it that you think?
What do you
think? It's an activity, a behavior, maybe.
The behavior of it.
Yeah, it's a behavior. It's an action.
Mm-hmm. And another thing, every single second is your opportunity to take your power back. If somebody thinks you're look, that's a lie. And if you decide to be a slut tomorrow, and if you change your mind 5 minutes later, bitch, you are who you say you are.
You are right.
Period.
Drea says she erased her.
I feel like you should just be honest about it. Like I had a
Yes.
Okay, so
honest for who?
I have a question for everyone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been in love with someone but you still wanted to be a slut?
For them, if you're in love with somebody, why would you be a slut for somebody else?
But hold on, baby. Hold on.
You finna get us beat up.
What do you mean? What is what do you mean? What is a slut in your world? What you talking about? I need to know.
Get my child support stopped, okay?
What is a slut, girl? Girl, what is a slut? What are you talking about?
It's just the hoe with me. Okay, so
the hoe with you.
The hoe. You talking about a hoe? You talking about something different?
You talking about two different things.
No. I'm talking about the same thing though. Okay, so have you ever been a slut for someone, but have you ever been in love with someone, but you want to be a slut for others?
No.
No, that don't happen.
You never wanted to date two people at the same time?
Then I wouldn't be in love.
I'm not in love.
Is that what you
love like that? Love is of the heart. Love is real, and love has hurt a lot of people. So I don't just
and love
throw that word around.
Love isn't gonna have you out here being crazy. Love is the feeling that you feel when you think about God.
Is that your daughter? Is that your daughter?
Yeah, it's my baby.
Hey.
Hi. Hey. I didn't know you had a baby. I didn't know you had a baby.
Love,
she's gorgeous.
You don't need to think about being nobody else. You know.
I didn't see that from TV. I didn't see you being No, that doesn't change anything.
I know, but it's just the fact that you didn't see that based off of what you saw on TV.
How old is she?
You saw something and you were like, this woman would not have kids.
Well,
you know what? To be honest about it, I'm gonna be real. Since we're keeping it real, I have a huge crush on you, and I guess I didn't see you.
Oh Lord!
Yeah, you know what? I'm very bored though. I'll tell you. I'll be like, no, I think
Lord,
you know what I'm saying? I think you're fine as shit. You know what I mean? And I love you, and I'm more attracted to your energy than anything.
Candice, why did I know that?
Energy is very important.
We gotta go back.
So we just gonna overlook this question. We just gonna overlook this question. I'm in love with somebody else. I love somebody else. We just overlook
crazy.
So it is what it is. We can move on to the subject. So she knows she can go home and
yeah, I cannot. Live. Girl.
How did we get here?
You agree with what she's saying. What the hell is going on?
My little thing just moving all willy-nilly.
Not your little thing. Now be very
Deion, you've known me for so many years. You know damn well I say what's on my mind.
No,
so if I see something good, I'm gonna tell her. You know, I'm gonna tell her. I can't help it. You know,
I
mean it.
I knew that you were going because I was like, She said, "Oh,
Keep that to
yeah,
themselves.
I had
all
to
this
tell
shit
her.
right
I had to
here.
tell her, like,
This
I
and
can't just
that."
sit here and look at her face and be like, damn, like, I need
But
to tell
look,
her. You know
I've known
what I'm
JAZMONE for a very, very long time as well.
Yes.
saying? Yeah.
And
You
Lips,
didn't say that.
Lips and Jaguar, see, it's not about the time that you know someone. It's about the time when you met that person and then
Yes.
invested in that person. See, the energy
Yeah.
that's behind it.
You work with a different energy.
And God is so good that he connected us all together so we can have this conversation about being a slut.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But being
I'm
a
trying to
slut,
get back to the question. How can you be in love with somebody? Somebody
That
that
part.
niggas do all the time. How can you say you love this woman but be fucking on other ladies? Or how can you say you love somebody and be with
my
somebody
bad.
else?
So,
Yeah,
so
answer
this
that.
is
Girl.
what I'm asking. This is what I'm, let me clarify that. Thank you.
Yeah, clarify.
Okay.
I just, now that I got that off my chest, I had to, but like, so I think that how you could be in love with someone and still want to be a slut because you have an open heart. I think you're more like me. I can be in love with someone, but I love open relationships. I like for my woman to explore other women with me, and we find, like just as a whether it's sexual, mentally, or business wise. Like I love the fact that when women get along and we're vibing, like it's such an attraction to me. So that's why I feel like I can still have a wife and still have other women in and out of our lives and just kind of working with them. And if it gets sexual, it gets sexual. You know what I'm saying? I hope it does at one point, but if it doesn't, it doesn't. We gain so many amazing energies and intertwine together that I feel like it shouldn't be a hurtful situation. That's why.
It should be hurtful, but it's dangerous because
you said it's dangerous.
You better be on Sister Wives.
You like to live on the edge. You like to live on the edge.
On Sister Wives. I don't understand it. It's gonna be a fight.
You're not a player. You just crush a lot.
It's dangerous. She just likes to live on the edge.
I've had a
No. I don't
when
like
I
to
was
live on the
younger,
edge.
but I don't think.
Oh, hold on. You said what? You had a what?
I had a threesome before when I was younger, but I don't think that today or like with my spouse or with my significant other or with my husband, I definitely don't think I would have a threesome, only because I just feel like that bond, that commitment is supposed to be sacred. It's just supposed to be between you two. And if it's that easily given to someone else, then it's not special or it's not love. Like, cause there's different types of love. There's love that you have for your friends, and there's love that you have for, your religion, your higher power, whatever the case, agape love. And then there's also love that you have for the love of your life, which is connected to the agape love. Like that's the connection that you two share with your higher power that makes you guys stronger beings and makes supposed to make your energy stronger and your vibration.
You don't think that you could sexually, and because of the man situation, I can understand why you feel like that. With women, I guess you have to, as woman to woman, if you look at it like, okay, if I dated women, I could see me being a little bit more fluent.
No, hell no, because even if I dated a girl, I'm really gonna be up on it.
I'm selfish.
I feel like we share something different. You can't be giving it out to everybody, especially being a woman. Like this is your island. Okay, simple.
Still a relationship, be it a man or be it a woman.
No.
Still a relationship.
I'm not saying
would you all deal with an emotional cheater? Would you all deal with your significant other emotionally cheating? Like
no, that's why I got divorced.
No, I couldn't do it. No.
No. There's a difference between emotional cheating.
Ain't no motherfucking emotional.
There's definitely, because that's what I told
him. No motherfucking body. You ain't doing this.
Y'all not going out to dinner. You
wait a minute. Hold up. I'm trying to. So who was your?
Why are you taking care of her? She's not your child. Like
so, Jazz, who was your ex? Who was your ex?
This man.
This man. Power. That.
I don't
no
even.
Power.
I can talk about him. It's just.
Let me stop flirting. So I can enjoy it. Well, that's just. I feel like you could have sex with. I feel like you could have sex with multiple partners and still be in love with someone. The only reason why I said that is because it's not like it happens every day. You don't go home and be like, oh, let's bring a girl in here. No, it may happen on a birthday. It may happen on a random night and be like, you know, it may happen on like just a board night.
It's possible. It is possible.
It is possible.
I think it is possible, but those come to situations where when you invite somebody else in and spirits come along with somebody else in your
no, not in our house. Not in
your
house
and your relationship. So just be prepared for one night stand or
not in our house.
That your wife don't want you.
You know what else? Let me tell you what else.
I ain't
about to have no situation where I'm bringing somebody into my motherfucking bedroom and then I go off and out of town and go and performing or some motherfucking and then y'all hooking up after, you know, I left.
No, you at work.
You can already have the passcode.
You at work all day. And you come
what you touch is nobody.
I'm not
if you want to have multiple people, or if you want to be in an open relationship, then let it be that, an open friendship.
We are friends
that do whatever we want to do.
Get your motherfucking
let me clarify this.
Yes.
Let me clarify.
Don't tell me you want to be my man or you want to be my person. You know, don't tell me you want to be my partner, because the partner.
Well, it's like this. It's like this. How about this, Dad? It's kind of like me. I'm just speaking from experience. I don't think my ex or even me has ever invited anyone to the house. We've always been like, if we're gonna bring a girl home, it's gonna be a hotel room or we're gonna fuck right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's never been.
You don't mean shit. Y'all give a fuck. Y'all still fucking. Y'all still hotel room, bathroom, hallway, car.
I just feel like it's healthy. I feel like it's healthy to kind of explore. I feel like sexually. But no, it's about loyalty too, because I think the difference between my ex and I is that is that hierarchy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Is that like she come first before anybody else?
Let me tell you, what I'm saying? Like, let me tell you something about hierarchy. Let me tell you something about hierarchy. When you have a business and you as a business owner, you should know. You have a fucking business, okay?
Okay.
You go into a partnership with a partner and y'all put y'all money in on this project, and it's about 7 of you motherfuckers owning a restaurant. You and the people that's a part of the motherfucking partnership, y'all all are responsible. If some shit goes down, all you hoes, I don't give a fuck.
No.
Hold on. I ain't done.
Go ahead.
Hold on. I don't give a damn whose name is in. Y'all all are in a partnership together. If some shit goes down, you gonna feel it. So-and-so gonna feel it. The corporation gonna feel it.
This is a true statement. This is a true statement. But the only thing, the difference is it's not a partnership. This is a vendor. Thank you. That's the difference. They're a vendor. We use you until it's done, and then we use another vendor. This is a vendor.
See, this is your problem. This is your problem right here. This is your motherfucking problem right here.
Not a vendor.
He said that's
so you have a vendor. You have a list of vendors that you use on a constant basis, or are you constantly trading in vendors?
No, this is a vendor. This is a vendor we're using on a constant basis. So we choose one vendor that we like, and that vendor becomes a fun vendor because we're trusting that vendor. We can use that vendor. That vendor comes through when we fucking want that vendor to come through.
Lips, what do you think about that? What do you think about that, Lips? I need your opinion. What do you think about that?
Is she saying a vendor or a sponsor or
whatever?
It's a difference between
maybe a vendor that's a sponsor.
A sponsor is really great. Yeah.
Okay,
I have sponsors.
That's a good point. That's a good point. It's a sponsor.
But hey, if you guys want to cash at me, I'm at comedian Miss CONVERSATIONS. Okay, because I am an LLC and I have an EIN number. You're gonna get your money back.
You said it's a sponsor. This is my Cash App. This is my Venmo.
I'm all about that hush money too. Okay.
Yes.
I'm not married. And I'd rather message people that is not married, but I want them to be honest of what they do and what they can provide for me. Because I think relationships is about love and respect. And if you down with me, we should be able to build. So if we're building, we should be able to handle some business, you know.
And you know what?
And the exchange back and forth.
I agree with you. It's the sponsorship. I will agree that, because most of the women that we choose, I'm not going to sit here in front. I don't just go out looking for random people. I'm very precise. I like business women. I like women who have something to lose. A lot of my women who I've been on the side with, so that means they don't fuck up no good shit. So hold on. I have women who have husbands and who are like,
I believe that.
Like, and that's like, hey, like, if I want a little fun, do you mind coming through? And it's like, that's fine, but I can't fuck him. I'll fuck you. Okay. And so moving forward, I think that's just my openness for my sexuality. Now, when I get married to a wife, and if that fucking happens and we have kids, I can see myself being like, you know what, on random nights, I'll do this. On the nights that I need to feed my curiosity, I need to feed who I am, because I'm not gonna deny who I am. I like fucking choices. I do. That's just who I am. And
that's good that you know that, because you can express that to your person.
There should be nothing wrong with it. But what happens when those nights that you want something and she don't want it, or those nights when she want more than what you want, or those nights when she don't want it?
First. She comes first. She's my top priority.
So
and
you're
if
not
she
worried
doesn't
about
want it,
that one
then
time.
I will totally respect her wishes, and I will push that to the side. Absolutely.
But how would you feel?
You know what? I don't really think that you could really spend a lot of time and then caring for two partners, because it's a lot of time into that. Like, you have to really.
But I'm not caring. She comes over when we're sexually fluid, when we're drinking or we're smoking weed and we crunk, and everybody gets crunk some nights. And I think some nights when we're crunk, we're like, yo, we want a little fun. Invite her over. That's those nights, but it doesn't happen all the time. We work. Everybody got businesses. She got a life. I got a life. My girl got a life. Everybody's professional.
Jealous type.
That's like a side.
Would it be okay if I call you a slut?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a slut. That's slut.
Well, no, she's not a slut. She just wants to have
open-minded.
Every now and then.
She likes to have orgies.
She's a Jehovah's Witness
every now and then.
Yeah, she likes to have orgies, and she's open-minded. And but
I don't think that that's a slut. I just think that that's freaky. Like, you just like freaky shit. Like,
oh yeah, I'm freaky. No, I'm not freaky. I'm nasty.
Like,
I do. You know what? No. I've had an actual. I think Deion. I told you I had an orgy in Atlanta when I was like 27. It was like 5 women and me. And that was my first experience. And I was like, okay. And I was with my ex, and I was like, you know what? And first I text her and I was like, are you okay with this before I do this? Because if you're not okay with this, I won't do this. And she was like, no, like, you know, I'm working. If that's what you need, and you're high, you're drunk, that's what you need. And I respect that. And I was like, is this going to bother you later before I make this action? And she said, no, that's called communication. That's called communication with the person.
Okay, somebody needs to write a book on how you guys do those things, because I don't think.
I'm very careful. I'm very careful because I was raised in a house.
But see, I keep noticing that you keep saying I'm drunk and I'm high and I do this. What if you decide to get a hotel and get drunk or high and do this? I'm wondering, do you have to be drunk or high to do these things? To bring up
yeah, I do actually.
Okay, so
yeah.
I do.
Drunk and high all the time?
No, it's a turn up. Like, come on, you know it's plenty. Okay, let's go. Hold on, Jazz. There's plenty of nights you and your husband and got drunk and y'all got fucked up, and you're like, you know what? We don't do this often. You have those spontaneous nights.
Me and my husband.
That's the husband. That's her and her husband, but that's not her husband and another bitch.
Oh man. The fuck you mean? Hello?
Trying to mess up your husband, honey.
I mean, mine.
No, but you know what? It's not all the time. Like, that's what I mean. We had, okay, my ex and I was on and off for 13 years, and we had a specific girl that we actually liked. And this girl owned a business. She owned, it's like she had kids, she owned a business, she had a boyfriend. And we were like, okay, is this okay with you? You know, like on some nights we might call you and be like, hey, come over. And it couldn't even be sexual. We just loved your vibe. Like, come over, chill with us. Like, you know, kick it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just want you around.
What was that you and your significant other lacked that you had to have somebody else?
It wasn't that we were lacking anything. I feel like we're just a people person. Like, we love people.
I mean, go to the bar.
Okay, go to Starbucks.
Hey, go to the bar. Let's get a drink. Talk to everybody.
Well, you know what?
You know what? We only fucked her twice though. Like, in the other nights, it was just coming over, smoking, talking about life and like in general, like the shit, business deals, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right. I'm just gonna call you a cumminator. She's addicted to making bitches come. She has an ego, okay?
To make it come. She aims to please.
Such a fucking hoe.
Dion, you already know me, and you know me well enough. Do I seem like that type of person?
No.
Oh
exactly.
No, you're
let me see
freak,
your
man.
Fingers.
You are a closet freak. Okay.
I'm a closet freak.
She look
I'm
like
a
she
closet
put
freak. Yes, I'm a closet, and most people who don't know me will say that. Will say that, but the ones who know me be like, "Yo, like she pulls women, and it's private, and I don't kiss and tell." I think that's why most of them fuck with me. I don't kiss and tell. It's like whatever we do here.
And the thing I admire about you is you're honest.
Honest, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why I don't think it's a problem with you. I'm just like,
that's what I'm saying. I don't understand.
keep it 100, like.
We
And
all have to
Jasmine,
be judged.
since we're being honest, Jasmine, you can keep that in mind.
Yeah.
We all have been judged, and we all have been talking about. Okay. So you are a hot ass. Okay. But with that being said, that means that we have a power to change what it is that people think of us. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
The meaning of certain things. So one of the meanings that I came up with SLUT is strong, leader, united, together. And another one I came up with was
oh wow, that's a good one. That's definitely a good one.
I like that one, right?
Yeah, I do like that one.
Another one is hold on. Strong. No, what is it? Synonym? I forgot. Fuck. I forgot it. Okay.
Oh, mine was mine. What was mine? Mine was love. Oh,
sorry.
Sex, love, understanding, and time. That was mine.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I like
that.
that.
I just put on my cards. My cards help me.
Oh, pull the card. Let's see what's going on. Oh shit.
Oh my God! Wait, what is that? Is that Miss Cleo?
Under titties.
Did you say Miss Cleo?
That's what I'm saying.
Miss Cleo.
Put up card.
Oh
my God!
Dead ass. I want to know. Pull the cards.
Pull the card.
A card on what?
And then we're gonna watch this video after
Dion's
this.
card. This is your card, Dion. So did you screenshot that?
I did the queen on a motherfucking throne, bitch.
Yes. So this is the Ace of Staffs. Okay, she is the queen. That is Beyonce.
Yes.
Okay.
My Virgo twin. Her birthday is the day after mine, actually.
Okay, I'm gonna have to shuffle these really, really, really good. So it's gonna be pretty loud, okay?
Got it.
So you might want to mute me, Dion.
Okay, I'll mute you real quick.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, guys, we're coming up on our Oh wow.
What happened to the other young lady?
Wait, baby.
What young lady?
Who?
The one that was with she had the cocktail, she had the drink.
Oh.
I don't remember her. I didn't see her.
The comedian came, the comedian.
She's right here. Lips?
Yeah, she never said nothing.
She did.
Lips,
What?
She said, hi, Dion.
Hey, what's up, boo?
What's up, Lips?
How you
Oh
doing?
my God, I didn't even know it was a fucking other person in. Oh my God.
Thank you. He was bringing me a gift.
Yes, come through.
You about to go?
Aww.
You about to go?
Yeah. Okay, y'all. So we coming up on our almost, oh my God, this time has went by. We started at 7:30-ish around. It's now 8:57. We can talk a little bit more. I don't know how much time you guys have, but this is really, really exciting and fun for me. This is my first time doing this. And as far as with friends, you know, Conversation with the Godfather is actually one of those shows that people actually like to watch on YouTube. Is one of my.
I've been watching it.
You've been watching?
Yeah.
You know, so to have you guys be part of this is so amazing. And I handpicked you guys on purpose because, you know, everyone has an idea of what it is that you are. You know, people judge me because I'm colorful and I'm loud and I'm bold. You know, they don't really know who I really am. You know, I let them in and I tell you what I want you to hear. You know, and so with this new record, You Little Slut. It's an anthem for individuals, strong leaders, you know, united together. You know, we are the youthful. I feel like it's a youthful life synonym. YSL. Youthful life synonym. So everybody has a little bit of kid in them. Everyone has a little bit of youthfulness in them. And people strive, most women strive to be what? Young, youthful, fresh.
Mm-hmm.
You know, most men, when they get to a certain age, you know, they start dyeing they blonde hairs. They start, you know, trying to get in shape because they want to be youthful. So youthful, youthful life.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you.
That's
cute.
It's a youthful life synonym, bitch.
Bitch.
We got a lot. Yeah. I know one now who's definitely like crisis.
I'm going to play this video for you guys really quick, and then we're going to come back with last minute, you know, situation, last minute comments.
Okay,
and,
cool.
Yeah, we're just gonna, you know, whatever you guys want to talk about, we can talk about because we are live and people are asking questions. So I'm definitely going to get a couple questions in here, and then we'll go from there. The video.
Okay. Awesome.
You guys can see my screen?
Yeah, we definitely can.
Awesome.
I've been in a lot of videos on BuzzFeed and all over the internet, and I've been called a lot of mean things because they seem to be kind of polarizing, but one word comes up all the time, and that is slut. So I wanted to do an investigation into what that word means and if I am one.
So what's the first thing that you guys did?
First thing that we did is we took it to the streets. What makes somebody a slut?
It's the quantity, I think, that makes a person a slut, just a quantity. 5 people in one night, you know, every day, all day, 7 days a week.
Sexy clothes, and by sexy clothes, I mean just strings.
Somebody that sleeps with a lot of people. Well, in my opinion, a slut is someone who does not practice self-control, self-restraint.
You feel like that you've devalued yourself, and I would think that that's slutty.
Am I a slut?
How would I know? No, I would say not.
How would I know, right?
I know you're not a slut.
Well, how do you know that? You don't know me.
That's true, but I mean, maybe, I don't know. You don't seem like a slut.
I don't seem like a slut. Internet, now you know.
It's interesting that no one seemed to have like the same definition of what it was, but they all kind of agreed that it's a fact.
5 people in one night, just strings.
Quantity, self-control.
And when pushed a little bit, the definition falls apart. Am I a slut?
No. So what did you guys do next?
We asked some lovely people to come in and told them to draw what they think a slut looks like.
All right, let's watch that.
Can you draw a slut, please?
Oh, okay.
This is very interesting.
a slut.
Right. That sounds like it can't be a person or a thing. Not definitely not a noun.
Why don't you hold it up and point to us? What? To show us.
Well, I have a girl.
I'm gonna draw women.
Open, big boobs, and if I had more time and artistic ability, maybe I would draw like a.
Sorry, guys. Okay, so you guys saw what he was drawing, right?
Yeah. A girl with
A
big
girl.
tits.
Try to draw a woman.
And her legs cocked open.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
So I want you guys to individually sum up, break down the acronym of SLUT. I gave you guys mine. Oh my God, the wine is kicking in, bitch.
Yeah. This tequila has kicked in. It's done. What do
I want you guys to start from the top. We have Jaguar, we have Candice, we have JAZMONE, then we have Lips. So starting from the top, Jaguar, what is SLUT to you? Break down the acronym SLUT.
Sexual.
I said Jaguar.
Oh, sitting litty under titties.
Thank you.
What?
That's me. Sitting litty under titties.
Sitting litty under titty.
Yeah.
Say what it is. That's the first thing that came to my mind. I'm sitting right here.
Oh. Yes.
Litty under titties. Yeah.
Okay, Candice.
Sexual, loving, understanding, and time.
Okay, sexual, loving, understanding, time. Jazz.
Strength, lovable, ultra,
Think about it. It's all good. Think about who you are.
Timeless.
There we go. Timeless. Yes.
Wow, I was thinking about that.
And ultra timeless. Yes, ultra timeless.
Ultra timeless.
Yes.
I like that.
Oh, I like that. Strength, lovable, and ultra timeless. Yes.
There you go. Hey.
Go ahead, Lips. What's yours?
I'll say sassy. Okay. I'll say long distance.
Okay. Long.
You mean
I'll
long
say
distance?
unavailable.
What do you mean by long distance?
Do you mean long dick?
If I gotta
do you mean
call
long dick or long distance?
I gotta call you for some dick, that's long distance, okay?
Hello.
You mean long dick. That's what you mean.
Oh my God.
Okay. Let's see. Sassy long distance. Unity.
I like unity. I think
Unity. And I was with the timepiece. I was thinking about the timepiece because timepiece to me, timepiece is legacy for me.
Yeah.
So I would turn that L into legacy.
Legacy.
Yeah.
I love that.
Sassy legacy. What did I say to you was? I'm high.
Unity.
Ultra.
No.
Oh yes. High
Unity.
five. High five.
Oh,
Ultra.
Unique, right?
Unique timepiece. Yes.
So now when someone call you a slut, you can now be like, okay, thank you. Because you now have your own meaning of what it means to be a slut. You can change any negative.
Yes.
Jiggle, 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 slutties, jiggle.
If someone calls you a slut, you should just let them know that I can't.
I ain't got nothing to
I
say.
can only do slutty things.
Well.
And that's just that.
Yeah. The thing, yeah.
And they'll never know. And you'll never know how slutty I can be. So
How slutty can you be? You need to know.
My acquiring minds want to know.
Especially the one over here in this corner over here.
Yeah, for the most part, we think slutty is a bad thing. It's not always a bad thing. You know what I'm saying?
It's not.
And it's very sexist.
Hold on. Everybody clear it. Jazz was telling you how slutty she can be. Like,
no, I'm not.
Did that hat move?
Nah, she said she.
No, you asked the question.
No, we was talking about what we learned so
no,
far
that was a
about
question.
slavery.
Hold on. You
We
said
was talking about what we learned so
I
far.
saw like
Girl.
Jay-Z, like then
What we learned so far. What did you say? What did you say, Q? You said that we learned that it's negative. It can be very sensitive.
Okay.
Yeah, slutty can't be. It's not to me.
Yeah.
Every time I've been a slut, I felt like I was a slut. It was a good thing.
Right. That's why
your slut walk, girl.
Yeah.
Oh, I went slut walk.
I done my slut walk and my walk of shame, okay, and my hall of fame, okay.
Yes. I felt like I was getting away with something. Every time I've been, thought of the word slut, I felt sneaky.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting away with something. I didn't think like it was bad.
Yeah,
mysterious, right? Like
you can create whatever it is that it is to you. What's going on over here? What's this? You know, it's really cool.
Exactly.
So look, I wasn't going to play the song all the way, but I'm gonna play a little bit for you guys. It's called "You Little Slut."
You little slut, bitch.
You guys, basically everything that you said, everything that we talked about, it definitely sums up everything that I was thinking about. Myself and Rome wrote the song. This is my first rap record.
Oh,
so I'm actually
incredible.
Where my friend at?
This should be real
Let me
interesting.
see him. Tell him stick his head in. I just want to
He
see
doesn't want to be on camera.
Oh,
Wow.
I love you too.
Oh,
I love it.
I miss you. I went to school with him. That's my friend.
What?
Every
Wow,
single day.
crazy. Y'all go way back, huh?
Forever.
Yeah.
Huh?
I said y'all go way back, huh? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul Mitchell days. Cosmetology days.
You better come.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Girl.
Okay, so is there anything that you guys would like to talk about before we end this? We're gonna end it shortly. But is there anything that you guys want to get out there, and any topic or any conversation you want to have with the Godfather?
Yeah, I would like to talk about, I'm directing some movies and series coming up.
Okay.
I just got a couple of scripts for this timepiece in Oakland, California about the Black Panther movement. And it's about Huey P. Newton and Felix Mitchell. Felix Mitchell is a dope dealer. He's like one of the kingpins of Oakland. And he has a really big reputation. And the movie is basically about these two Black men come together versus the Oakland PD and how they took their differences from aside, from hating one another. They put that to the side to protect the Black women and children from the racist cops and KKK in Oakland, California. So I am revising the script to adding more Black women and more characters that I know will fit in. And I'm also over the music department, so I'm also producing it as well. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
We got a couple people that I'm going to be casting, and yes, I will be sending all you guys, if you want, a sample of the script.
Yeah.
I just
cast for sure
a couple of people today. Actually, I got one of my homeboys, which is a comedian. He's from Haiti. And he's a really good friend, and I think he would play the shit out of Bobby Seale.
Wow,
so
that's amazing.
I'm looking for more and more, because Black Panthers, I mean, you had Panthers that was actually white and Asian, and you had celebrities like Jane Fonda, and you had celebrities like Richard Pryor and Red Fox and Aretha Franklin, and you had so many celebrities that really fought for this cause. You'd be surprised how we can come together for unity, and Black people, I think we're just dope individuals, and my thing is to add more vivid to the script, more open-mindedness, because I'm also co-writing as well. So
oh wow, that's good. Congratulations.
I'm very, very excited about this. No pressure.
Congratulations.
No pressure, but
baby, congrats.
No, congratulations for
Thank you.
you two. for you to achieve that, that's very important. Above all, we all have to win in our own way, and I just wish you nothing but the best for sure.
Thank you.
All the energy.
Yes.
Thank you. And you automatically get a part if you wear a cute beret.
Oh, well, I'm in there.
Sure.
I'm in there.
Like Beyonce had, you know.
That's the only qualification, the beret and a leather jacket, baby, okay?
I'm in there.
Oh, you know what? I could see myself.
She shut it down.
I can see myself. Oh, yeah, I would shut it down.
Okay.
Like, I'm very androgynous. I'm very androgynous. I'll wear a bra with the jacket, the leather jacket, the leather panties, and the beret. I'll do it all.
Okay, let's do it.
That's sexy, actually.
Okay, the leather panties. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot.
The leather panties and the whip and the chains. Like we're gonna do get this shit popping. What's up?
Like Beyonce shut the she shut the
I'm sending you look. I'm sending you one of these, honey. You better stop.
That's my merch. That's my merch.
I'm with the shits, you know. You got the right one.
Okay.
I made it wide enough. You know, the white people version mouth was so small. I was like, honey, black people have wide lips and mouths, so.
Well, I wasn't blessed with that. I don't have any lips, so yeah.
Okay.
Look,
I have a wide mouth.
All my thickness went towards my ass and my titties and my hips. I got hips and ass and titties for days, but I ain't got no stomach and no lips. It's like that's pretty much what it is. So
okay, so look, it's okay. You guys have the floor, but I want to let you guys know something on a little secret. I'm working on a lot of different things, you know, so I can't really talk about them just yet. But there's some great things in the works as far as and one of my many babies, and one of my projects and one of the things that we're working on is a show with Jaguar and I, Q, over there. We're gonna do something so amazing. It's gonna be hitting the internet really soon. So we have a lot coming up. We have a lot going on.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy to have you guys on here. I will be going live tomorrow. Again, I'll be going live with different people. You guys are more than welcome to join in anytime you want to be on Zoom, and we just have this conversation out loud in front of the people. Yeah. So
yes,
this is really, really great. I'm gonna play a song for you guys, and
let's hear it.
Our closing remarks, and then we're out. We're out.
All right. I just want to say this card was pulled, you guys. So you guys got the world in your hands.
Give us the card. Give us the card.
Look at that.
You have the whole world.
What's your astrology sign? What's your astrology sign?
I am a Libra.
I knew it. I did. I fucking knew. I'm too good at this shit, yo.
When's your birthday?
This fucking shit. I told you. I was like, you gotta be an air sign.
My sister's is October 17th.
Yes.
Yeah,
so this is great news, you guys.
The Libra came through with a card. What you got with that card? What's up with it?
Okay.
Okay.
What's your sign?
This is the best card in the deck.
As you know.
That is nothing but prosperous.
What's your sign, Jack?
I'm a Libra as well. I'm just listening.
Hey.
When is your birthday?
I'm taking it.
Let me break it down.
When is your birthday, Jack?
Let me read it to you verbatim. Okay.
Jack, when is your birthday?
The world. My birthday?
Yeah. When is Jack's birthday? When is everyone's birthday?
Mine?
I'm March 22nd.
Okay.
Oh, mine is October 23rd.
Okay. I'm 10/16.
10/23.
What's yours, Candice?
I'm September the 3rd.
Oh, I knew you was a Virgo, darling.
How do you know I was a Virgo? How the fuck did you know I was a Virgo? Because first of all,
I'm not like I get that pussy anyway. You be drunk or you be asleep. I don't care. I'm gonna get that pussy.
No, stop.
Yeah.
Stop, yo. No, not all Virgos are like that though. I'm very open.
Oh, that body bomb.
I'm an open Virgo. Yeah, I've met a lot of Virgos.
Y'all some freaky ass people.
We are
I love
freaks.
Virgo.
We are freaks. But some Virgos are more private with theirs. I'm just happy they don't give a fuck. I just don't care.
Yeah.
I just don't care.
All right, here we go, y'all.
Here we go.
Oh, and it looks like we're gonna be taking a trip, all of us soon. So we need to definitely get our passports.
I got mine.
I got mine.
She said you gonna get that pussy anyway, so married to that.
Get it.
That you know me, show you what I want. Be yourself, bitch. Know me. No appetizer, I'm the main platter. Serve it up, nice and hot, natural disaster. Listen up to you now, that's what you do. Pay no mind when they hating on you. Let them be hitters, you get the paper, copy and mimic everything you do.
Dion came up with the bars.
Hey, go Dion.
You came with the bars.
That's my boo. Hey, back to the ATL days. Get it, get it, get it.
Hey. That's gonna be hot in the club, honey.
Bam, bam, bam. You already know what it is. Hey. What an ass shaking is. Where did hold up? Yeah, you remember Onyx?
Business at the top and at the bottom.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, hey, get it.
Hey. That part. Get it, Dion.
I'm gonna dance on top of the refrigerator, okay?
Oh, wait, go ahead. Go ahead. She said I'm about to dance on top of the refrigerator. Get it.
That is, you better work. You better work.
Get it. Hey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get it. Hold on. Let me see who goes sweat. Wait a minute.
My
Wait a minute.
Bam, pop that ass, pop that ass. That's that Libra in her ass. That's the Libra. Nasty. Nasty. She talking about I'm nasty. No, that's the air sign shit.
Better work, bitch.
You know me, show you what I want. Be yourself, bitch. No appetizer, I'm the main platter.
Get it, Q. Come on, Q. Where the? Oh no, Q. Where's that?
Pay no mind when they hating on you. Let them be haters while you get the paper, copy and mimic everything you do. I don't catch feelings, I ain't got the time. Press and fast forward while you press and rewind. Get into beef, you get caught up in a bind. I'm tough like a soldier, bitch on the front line. Really, really flatter that you think that you know.
Get it, Jazz. Get it.
Hey.
Really? Yo.
Hey.
Boom. Get it, Dion. That's what I'm talking about. He got that album coming out, yo.
Try to come for me. Speak fast, please, better yet. If you run your mouth, you better show receipts. Make you speak on what you know and not just what you think. Go too far, and I will see you assist in the system. Yes, I'm the king of the jungle, just a king tuck. I'm ready to rumble. Don't to the ball, bitch, that is a fumble. On top of this, yes, it's humble.
I love it.
Don't give a fuck. Bitch, signing out. Wish you good luck.
Ow.
Full force, jump through the cut. Bitch, how you doing? You little slut. You little slut.
You little slut.
You better get it. You.
Hey, go ahead. Jazz was getting it, yo. Okay, so does everybody know their rising and their moon? You know your sign, but do you know your rising and your moon?
No, honestly, I stopped looking at that stuff because some stuff would say I was a Libra and some stuff would say I was a Scorpio. So I just was like,
okay. Have you gotten a thorough reading about, like, because I think that matters too. Like me, I'm a Virgo. My astrology sign is a Virgo. My rising is a Scorpio, and my moon is a Pisces.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
She said that explains. She said that explains a lot.
No.
You love water. You love water. You like the sounds of juicy pussy.
Oh yes.
Who, me?
Yes. Yeah.
Who?
Wow.
Pisces are like fishes in the water. Like they love water.
I love water.
Anything in
Water,
water.
definitely.
She
Yeah.
stay in the water. She's
Not the sound of.
Yeah.
No, she said the sound of pussy. She said you like the sound of pussy. That's what you like.
Oh my God. I cannot.
No, those are true.
Swish,
That's
swish.
true. Am I lying?
No, you're not lying. I am addicted to. I love water.
You are a pleaser.
You're
not gonna stop until she say stop. I'm gonna call the police. Okay.
Okay, guys. Well, look, we're coming up about that time. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me on this
amazing.
live.
Thank you. What's her name?
Amazing. And yeah, just
Candice, you want me to go in the living room?
For you guys. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. This is Conversation with the Godfather. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and repost this video because, Auntie, we ain't coming to play. It's a slay.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Yay, Dion.
Bye, everybody.
Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.